The very first point that the Gita talks with respect to effective communication is that response need not always be positive, but it must definitely be sensitive. As explained in the slide, we are speaking or we are communicating with a motive to engage, not enrage the listeners. When we communicate something, when we are speaking something, what we say needs to make sense to the listeners. And not just intellectual sense, but also emotional sense. Rather than telling people that they are wrong, which can likely come off as being judgmental and enrage them, we need to communicate to them in a way that makes them see the counterproductive consequences of their way of thinking and acting, so that they can make a healthier choice. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat. The important words are satyam, it needs to be true. Priyahitam, it needs to be in a pleasant manner and it needs to be beneficial to the listener. So temper the truth with sensitivity. Any kind of course correction or any kind of advice that we might be giving to people, it's a really cautious approach that we need to take. Because if the listener is going to listen to us and implement it in their life, then we need to take into account the word priya. We need to speak to them in a really pleasing manner. They need to engage with truth based on their own realization, which is fueled by the way we communicate to them. The best example of why communication in today's modern world is almost as potent as a nuclear weapon, and how we need to communicate with a motive of engagement rather than enragement, is the frequent meetings that the Honorable Prime Minister has been having with all of us using the media. This lockdown did not require the military might of the Indian government to come onto the road and force people to stay at home. All it required was empathetic and emphatic communication by the Prime Minister. He shared the truth, Satyam. He told it in a pleasing manner, acknowledging the hardships that we are going to face and promising whatever best he could given the circumstances. Priya, and he made us all realize that staying indoors is the only best way for all of us given the circumstances. We got to do what we got to do. The next point of the Gita is to be mindful of perceptions. Understand that whatever we speak will be perceived in a different manner by the listener. And our role is just to communicate and not get affected by the receptivity of that communication. We might have come across a lot of people who tell us something and then come back to us, did you understand? Did you understand? Did you understand? At some point of time, we will become not receptive but repulsive to such sort of communication. And finally, the Gita stresses that the human mind thinks by default that self-worth is always extrinsic, which is why, right from childhood, we are taught to think only if I perform, only if I achieve, will I be appreciated, will I be valued, will I be loved. When we are students, only if I score marks. When we are professionals, only if I earn a lot, will I be valued, will I be appreciated. And this causes a lot of insecurity, inferiority complexes, and a lot of mental and emotional well-being issues. Krishna says that self-worth is intrinsic because the result of our actions depend on a lot of factors. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha prathak vidam vividhashta prathak cheshtaha daivam chaivatra panchamam. He says that your work, your skill set, your environment, the content of your work, and even divine providence, all these are factors Each of these factors has to be conducive enough for the activity to bear a certain result. When these factors are not conducive, all you can do is stay committed and perform your action to your fullest. Understand that your role as a human being is only contributive and not decisive in nature.